Get out of my CRC this instant.
Welcome back to Mecha Madness, the Warhammer. Got the Hunchback prototype is always behind me. In honor of the dragon today, it is Black Shirt, #BlackShirtFriday. But because of the video I'm setting up using the Dragon's Fury and House Davian for the Dark Age attack on New Apollon, decided to rock the red. So today's video series, which is it's one 2-minute 30-second video versus a couple of longer videos, is designed to give you the rundown of how indirect fire works, how to take advantage of it, how to counter your disadvantages, and how to set up a very nasty ambush for people that want to test your patience. So, if you have the new book, the new beautiful Commander's Edition, I got mine from my local game shop, Gopher Games in New Orleans, that was impacted by Hurricane Ida. If you want to support them, gophergames.com and check them out. I'll post their link in the description below. What you're looking for is Indirect Fire, page 41. I'm not going to read it to you. The main issue is that you need a spotter with valid line of sight to the target. You need a shooter that has range with indirect fire. The I have special ability on your Alpha Strike card, whether it's 1, 2, all the way up to indirect 8, depending on what tank or mech you take, that can shoot within 42 inches. So, with that being the concept, let's talk about LOS triggers. If your spotter has partial cover to the target, yes, that goes into your to hit roll calculation. If the spotter has not only partial cover and intervening line of sight, you might want to find a better target. Why? If you're shooting from long range, you're already at a +4. Indirect is already a +1 for 5. Now, if there's terrain, that's +2, and it just goes up from there. It's not worth it. The way indirect fire theoretically should work is just like artillery attacks in a game. You have a target that's lightly protected, slow moving, or just out in the open, and you can get the drop on them. That's always the focus when you're using indirect fire. Use page 41. Thank you. So enjoy the videos. This is me signing out, and you'll hear me as I'm recording. Peace.
Money is honest, dirty, covered in blood. But someone has to earn it.
Alright, part 1. So what we're discussing today is indirect fire and how it impacts the game. What you have is Dragon's Fury, Recon Lance, Dragon's Fury Cavalry Lance with a Salvage Vulture, Grand Dragon Champion and Crab. Then you have the Command/Assault Lance with a King Crab Catapult Hadamoto Shi and a Bull Shark from the HBS Battletech. Now, the city is in twilight, the buildings are lit up, and the boat's lit up. What's happening is the Dragon's Fury in the Dark Age is assaulting a Davian planet. The forces in the Davian planet consist of some battle armor that are reserving for indirect fire. So we're going to start off with this point of battle armor, that point of battle armor, that point of battle armor that is considered hidden until they start spotting, as all hidden units should be. 2 striker wheel assault vehicles, another battle armor, and then we have the lesson for the day, indirect fire. You have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 LRM carriers. This is part 1. So, you need to go get a tape measure. Be right back. Okay, so now we've added the tape measure to give you where long range ends for 42 inches in Alpha Strike. There's a fine line between love and hate, which is the middle of the SLDF building just in front of the Dragon's Fury Recon Lance. Now, that's for the way back. There are LRM carriers that are closer. You have 2 that are closer, which is about a foot, and gives you another 12 inches back there. There's a spotter. So, let's go over how spotting works. In the description, I'm going to give you the page number to indirect fire. So, first off, for indirect fire to work, you need a spotter. The Davian forces have the Yellow Building Spotter, the Justice Tower Spotter, this HQ spotter, and then they have the Refinery Spotter. They have a total of 4 active spotters. The rules is that as long as the spotter doesn't shoot, you are shooting from line of sight. So there's no indirect line of sight blocking. So when you're rolling dice, it'll be the base skill of your indirect fires with a +1 penalty. Since all of the LRM carriers are parked, it's going to be skill -1, +1, plus range, plus TMM. So let's start over. Skill 4, not moving, reduces it to 3. Indirect fire puts it back up to 4. Shooting in long range is a +4, so that is an 8. Plus whatever the target movement modifier is for any given mech. The Cicada is a +3. The Phoenix Hawk is a +2. Grindel's a +3. Venom's a +3. So you're looking at 11s and 12s. Especially if they jump, you're looking at impossible numbers. Now, is indirect fire effective against light mechs? Normally, not as much. What you would do with light mechs is use your indirect spotters that were your shooters that are in medium range. Your strikers, if they come out around, will be in medium range. Your SRM carriers would be in medium range. They could handle this. Where indirect fire becomes nasty and effective is when you're putting up indirect fire 3 from each standard, not the 3054 upgrade, the standard IF3 times 6 is 18 points of possible damage. Now, on the Draconis Combine side, we have brought in flyers. I don't have the correct model, so 2 boomerangs, 2 yellow jacket gunships in their standard configuration. So, I'm going to do a little bit of movement, come back and walk you through better scenarios. Peace. Okay, so movement. The king crab jumped up to the top of a heavy assault class building. Other mechs moved out. Yellow jackets have curved behind a building to block line of sight. The vulture is hiding behind a building to block line of sight while the cavalry lance is moving open. Your first boomerang is coming behind a building. Second one is flying over a building, getting spots. Now, remember that the spotting units for the Davian defenders are considered hidden until they activate their first spotting attempt. The striker tanks have moved to position to try to get back shots on fast-moving Recon mechs. SRM Carrier 1 has a clean shot here. SRM Carrier 2 has a clean shot there. And both vehicles didn't move. The prototype Phoenix Hawk has jumped, but he has no line of sight to anyone. And of course, back here, the boat cargo transport has brought in the 4 LRM carriers, but the lights are on to symbolize they're not moving. The 6 helps, and then the last 2. So, this boomerang would spot the SRM carriers or the striker. When you're doing spotting rules, your spotter can only designate and light up one target. Anyone can use his indirect fire, which would be catapults, bull shark, king crab, vulture, grand dragon, as they all have indirect fire. But they would have to nominate one target. Now, the Davians are going to come online and spot their targets. So, this spotter is going to highlight the dragon. This spotter is going to highlight the crab. This spotter is going to remain hidden. That spotter is going to remain hidden. Now, if a unit shoots and spots, it's a +1 penalty for both models. Again, didn't move. So still base 8s for long range, base 6s for medium range. Let me get the tape measure out and then we'll come back.
Clear the comms. Now!
Okay, so the two forward LRM carriers have medium range if someone spots up to, they are at what, 36, so up to 12 inches, which is here, they have medium range spots, which would be the cicada on this side, Grindle, and Venom. So if they wanted to take those shots, they could. Everything else is long range, nothing's in range yet. What Indirect Fire 4 is perfect against slow moving big targets that fall into your kill box. Trick is hiding your LRM carriers. Now, for sake of argument, if I didn't use the boat, but behind this building I parked all the LRM carriers on a street, road, or the edge of this platform, I would have a 24-inch kill box up to the Justice Tower to destroy anything that crawled in there, fast or slow moving. It's just taking multiple shots. So that's the lesson. Now, Indirect Fire over here, they nominated the striker. That's right there. Flipping over, it's within the 24-inch kill box, so anyone within 24 inches of this would have a +2, its team and their skill +1. So that would be a +5 to whatever their skills are back there to shoot indirect at the striker. Thanks for watching. That's exactly how Indirect Fire works. Peace.